All right, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and today I wanted to give you guys a first look at the brand new uniform for War Machine as a part of this Invincible Iron Man Iron Armada update. They definitely did exactly what they needed to do to make it so that people at least buy this uniform for War Machine. His last uniform was good. This one is better. Now, is it good enough for you to tier 4 him? I honestly, as a War Machine fan, but not the biggest fan, I'ma say no. But if you are an Iron Man fan and you want to use Iron Man against Black Swan and Proxima Midnight / Corvus Glaive in the new World Boss Legend, plus that requires that you use tier 4 characters, you might want to tier 4 him because as you can see, he has a pretty good uniform bonus and he's going to be a buffer for Iron Man and leadership as well, because they converted his physical attack leadership to just all attack and it applies to all blast characters. So overall, he's just getting significantly better in this uniform. They definitely made sure that the uniform itself looked good and was practical, so happy for that. I previously had him with a CTP of Destruction because I was using him, and I am going to still use him as a member of this Iron Armada / Technokinetic team with Hulkbuster, Rescue, and now War Machine. I was thinking that in this new update, Iron Man would become PvP. Unfortunately, since he's not getting iframe ignore, I don't think he is going to be good enough to replace War Machine on this team. And I gotta say, even though Rescue didn't get the upgrade that she truly deserves for being a paywall character, I think her place on this team is secure. So truly, I think, unfortunately, Iron Man is not gonna get a spot in this team. And I'm talking primarily for Alliance Conquest, okay? I think this team right here is not going to move the needle, or at least these characters right here getting these uniforms, they're not gonna change the meta in any way, shape, or form. So for the most part, you're buying these uniforms because you like these characters and they're going to become more useful for Alliance Conquest. I'm gonna stress that throughout multiple videos on these guys, so do keep that in mind. But let me show you guys how this man performs in PvE content, because majority of the people playing this game are PvE players, but we have so many PvE characters. Do you need another one? Hey, he might be your favorite character, so go right ahead. I would say a CTP of Energy, CTP of Destruction is the way to go for him. If you're going to use him for Alliance Conquest, you could use him with a CTP of Authority, but do keep in mind that he does not get penetration on his 1 through 5. You only get it on his tier 3, and for Alliance Conquest, he's more than likely not going to live long enough to get off the tier 3. Most characters don't. So if you want to give him penetration, the Destruction is the way to go. You're rolling with the strike proc, that way you can double dip, have a bit of a hybrid build, if you will, for both PvE content, world boss, giant boss raid, etc. All right, so we're popping in here real quickly against Mephisto. I know Mephisto is not the most difficult boss, and we literally have the triple support play, but we're popping in because a lot of Mephisto's attacks have iframe ignore on them, and Rhodey spends a lot of time in iframes, so we do want him to get hit so he can accumulate. There we go. Not gonna lie, that was a little slower than I would have liked. Let's see if we can line things up perfectly here with him getting hit and landing the proc. I do not think we landed the proc properly there. Yeah. Let me see if we can get a good rotation in here. The tier 3. Oh, come on. There's a range issue as well. You just saw right there where I activated the 3rd and I couldn't get the 4th and the 5th to go off. So like, by no means is he perfect. Like I'm saying, he's kind of undercooked. Like there's, throughout this video, you're gonna see him get progressively worse and, in my opinion, kind of annoying to play. come on. You see what I'm saying? Like, I might get killed here. Like, he's not tanky. Even a boss as, come on, as weak. Oh, come on. As Mephisto can easily eat my HP in seconds. And I'm sure you guys gonna be like, it's a player issue. You just trash, whatever. But he's just, wow. All of that is just missing. Oh man. He's a better leadership than before. A way better support than before. Come on. But I really and truly, I can't stress it enough. I don't see myself using this man a lot outside of Alliance Conquest. Like, oh, come on. Okay. Like, I really despise characters that have like range issues in their standard rotation, bro. Like, come on. Activate the third skill and then the friggin' fourth and fifth can't go off because he's not close enough. Like, why do that? See me to me, I pretty much have to be sucking the boss's dick to get my rotation off, bro. Like, I have to be literally underneath this man. Get out of here, bro. So War Machine is one of those characters that I think the devs had good intentions with in terms of the playstyle, but they have a major oversight. Like, the fact that they made this guy to be a character that does damage based on damage taken, and then both his fifth skill and his tier 3 are full iframes that make it so that in most cases against most bosses and for a large majority of the fight you do not take any damage. In most cases you're thinking, oh, that's a great thing, I'm not getting hit. But to be honest, it's not, because if you're not getting hit with a character like War Machine, you're not increasing your damage output, because he does more damage the more you hit him while his third skill is up. And if there's no opportunity for him to get hit, then he is basically just going to be doing mediocre damage, right? Like, if I had gotten hit more there, I would have been able to one-shot that whole phase there. Like, now I'm gonna have to play out this stupid, well, not, probably not, I'll probably be able to get him once he moves to the top here with the next rotation. But the point is, because his fifth skill and his tier 3 are both full iframes, it's very difficult to max out his damage accumulation, right? And sometimes you put yourself at risk of missing your damage proc by trying to find a window where he can get hit, because even the third skill itself is also an iframe, right? So it's just lots of iframe on a character that you kind of not want to be in an iframe with, so that you can actually accumulate properly and do more damage. So I think they should have considered changing his damage accumulation to damage dealt instead of damage taken, because there's no real window for you to take damage, right? Okay, so let's see how we do against Jean Grey, because she has a lot of iframe ignore attacks. Now I just have to time things so that my third skill is up when she does the iframe ignore attacks. But I also have to make sure that I don't die, because you do want to get hit, but you don't want to die, obviously, because you can't do damage if you're dead, right? And yes, he has a nice heal of 25%, and he does have a little bit of damage reduction, but by no means is he a Hulk, right? He's not a super mega tank. So although you want to get hit, you don't want to get hit too much, because you'll die. So it's very difficult to max out your accumulation when you're okay, when you have all these factors. Oh, okay, I'm probably gonna die here, right? There's a lot of factors that you have to take into consideration when you play War Machine. How much HP do I currently have? How much HP am I going to lose from the boss hitting me? And also finding the right window to take damage without dying. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of thinking that needs to happen. So you could say he's a very skill-based character, but I'm gonna just put it that he's a very RNG-based character, because then all of the factors that you have to consider when you're playing him put you at risk of missing your proc. It takes a character that is otherwise proc friendly into a state where they're not so proc friendly anymore, because you're trying to find a gap where it doesn't really exist, right? Yeah. Like, it takes a character that could have been fun to play to one that I honestly won't use for World Boss. Like, I'm gonna try him out when I get him to 80 again and see what his damage looks like, but I honestly don't think I will be using War Machine. All right, let me see how we do in Giant Boss Raid. We got White Fox and Valkyrie because he has a leadership tag. Let me just hold up. Ideally, I would have wanted to time it so he used that purple attack while it was actually not bad. Okay, I was gonna say while I was in the 5th skill, but I guess we didn't need to do that. Now let me see how much damage we can do in this phase. Come on, he always... This is why I don't like the fact that he's still based on damage taken, because... And I'm pretty sure I missed the proc there. So even though he can be proc friendly, I would say proc friendliness, probably like a 6 out of 10, if you ask me. I'd say he's about as proc friendly as Invisible Wolf. Alright. That's where I'm gonna put it. And he's worse in the sense that I have to, yeah, it's like, yeah, I missed the proc there again. Sorry, but yeah, 6 out of 10. There's like a 60% chance you'll hit your proc. Like, especially on the tier, yeah, on the tier 4 rotation. Like, there's like a 55% chance, maybe. I don't know, man. Like, his damage is good, right? He has the utility with the leadership now, plus the okay, see, again, we missed the proc there. Yeah, I'm sorry. Again, I don't know, maybe I need to be faster, but I personally don't see him as a super proc friendly character. Like, his normal rotation, you should have hit the proc, or relatively easy. But yeah, the tier 3 rotation, like this time we hit it, and yeah. By the way, he's not that tanky. Okay, for a character that needs to get hit to amp up his that, see, because he's not super proc friendly, this is taking longer than it should have. Like, jeez, meh. Now, I'm sure some of you guys are gonna say this is a player skill issue and not a character issue, and you may be right. The uniform has only been out for 24 hours, but I honestly think it's just a character design issue, where the way how they designed him, it's not practical to play him. All right, so they should have definitely considered, and right there I could have tried to use the tier 3, but I was trying to see if I could accumulate. It's just, I don't know, it makes it a headache to use a character that should have been pretty simple to use, right? So, and if that's the case, when we have so many characters in the game that can do PvE content, it's just like, why would I bother? That's what I want to ask you guys, right? If we have 100 characters, and at this point so many tier 4s, we have like, what, close to 40 tier 4s, approximately that, because I have like, let me just check, I have like 30 something, right? I have 31, so there's close to 40 tier 4s in the game. Majority of them can do PvE content. Why would I struggle to use War Machine properly when I can just pick up another tier 4 that's easy to pick up and play with? Like, it doesn't make sense. Now, sure, I could swap him over to a CTP of Rage for the simple fact that he does have guaranteed critical rate in his kit, so he would synergize well with it, and that would give me more room to I guess use the third skill, let stuff hit me, and then follow up with the fourth and fifth. That way my accumulation is actually maxed out. Because if you look at the third skill, it puts you in an iframe right away, and then you slam down right there at the end of the third skill where you're firing the missiles at the enemies. Yeah, right there you can accumulate. Not there, but right here stuff can hit you, and then you can go into your fourth and then your fifth skill. Maybe that's how they meant for him to be played, right? The third skill plays out fully, then you go ahead and use the fourth and fifth, you know. But you can actually instantly cancel the third skill and still get some of the damage from it. So that's why I was instantly canceling it. Let me know if you guys think there should be a different playstyle for War Machine in this new uniform. But me personally, I don't see myself giving him a CTP of Rage. I think I'm just going to keep him with a CTP of Destruction and primarily use him for Alliance Conquest.